Nobody likes to fail. We avoid it, we fear it, we judge ourselves because of it. But what if we've misunderstood failure completely? What if failure isn't proof that you can't? What if it's evidence that you're learning? Welcome back to the Marcus Allgood Show. I appreciate everybody watching, listening, and sharing the show. Get any value to this? Please share it, like it, and subscribe. The lies we tell ourselves is people fail once and immediately say, I'm not good enough. Maybe this isn't for me. I knew I couldn't do it. I should quit. But one failure proves almost nothing. Absolutely nothing. It simply gives you information. The truth bomb is failure isn't a verdict, it's feedback. And the feedback is going to teach you life lessons over time. And the amount of failures that comes in life is a huge amount. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times at the light bulb, but really he was just learning new things every time that he tried to invent the light bulb. Every experiment he was doing, he was learning every single time. Now, if you don't learn from it, it's probably going to be a failure because you just quit. You didn't learn from it. Why we fear failure. Failure threatens our identity. People think, if I fail, people will think less of me. If I fail, I'll think less of myself. So instead, we never try, which guarantees nothing changes. Guarantees you're going to be in the same spot that you've always been in. Guarantee that you're not going to learn anything. And guarantee that you're never going to fail. But technically, you are failing because you're not even trying. The people who fear failure the most usually fear judgment even more. And once you get rid of the fear of judgment, like life is so much easier. If you fall down, get back up. Nobody cares. Only you and your mind care that somebody saw you fall down. Will they talk about it? Maybe. Did they even see it? Who knows? But most of the time, it's all made up in your head. Every failure leaves evidence. Every attempt teaches you something. Maybe you learn your strategy was wrong, your timing was wrong, your preparation wasn't enough, your discipline slipped, your expectations were unrealistic. That's all valuable information because next time you're going to be smarter and you're going to learn from each thing that happened and you're going to understand more and more of what you're actually capable of. Every failure teaches you something. Every excuse teaches you nothing. And if you keep coming up with excuses, you're never going to get to the teaching mode that you need to be in. So the difference between winners and quitters, successful people don't fail less. They simply interpret failure differently. Most people ask, why me? High performers ask, what is this trying to teach me? What am I going to learn from this? That question changes everything. And your interpretation of failure determines your future. If you determine that you're a failure and you're not doing any kind of problem solving to figure out what actually went wrong and to learn from it, and I know I'm saying learn from it a lot in this podcast, but it's part of growing and being successful and just here we go, learning from the failures that you've had, from the mistakes. If you don't learn from the failures of it, then it's going to be much harder in life. One thing I did do this weekend is actually this past week, I worked on my truck and I changed the fuel injectors of the GMC Yukon, and it's a task. I had my neighbor help me. I thought four hands was going to be better than two hands. And it's one of those things where you could just watch a YouTube video, go out there, and it's all going to go to hell. Like nothing's going to go to plan. It's not a 15-minute project like the YouTube video is. And a lot of times those YouTube videos won't even put in all the things that you got to get off the truck, or, there's little nuances that they forget to put in there that you run into. And if you're not a problem solver, then doing those kind of things is super, super hard. Because if you get to a point where you got it in the video and you're actually doing it, and then there's another part that you got to take off, and you're gonna be like, oh no, what do I do? I guess I failed at that, and then put it all back together and run away. But the fact is, you just got to get in there and keep doing it. Did we do some things wrong? Oh yeah, but definitely at the end of it, we took off top of the intake manifold, it was just this plastic piece. We're like, oh, we'll put the intake on, then put this plastic piece on because we could see the bolts easier. And guess what? That plastic piece does not go on once you put the intake on. It has to be on there when you put it into the back. And all it really does is make it look cool and holds the wire harnesses in place where they could have done something different. But they didn't. They just made it harder so that way you got to take it to the technician to get it done. But long story short is it took about 5 hours to do the whole project, which isn't that bad considering both of us had never tore it apart. And the best thing is if we got to tear it apart again, it's going to be a lot easier. It's probably going to be about 3 hours instead of 5 hours. But that's the thing though. If you don't learn from the failures that we learned from, it's just going to make everything a lot harder in life. Build evidence instead of emotion. Instead of asking, how do I feel? Ask, what did I learn? Instead of saying, I failed, say, I discovered one more thing that doesn't work. That's the growth, that's the progress, and that's resilience. And that's where I learned over the weekend working on my truck. The more I asked myself, did I fail at this? No, I learned a whole bunch on what to do and what not to do when working on the truck. Your future is built by evidence, not emotion. And the more evidence you stack on top of each other, the better life's going to be. And the less you're going to fear the failure. And the best part is failure is nothing to be feared of. Like we talked about in this podcast, just go out there and do it. If it doesn't work out, move on to the next thing, try again, and just keep moving on and just keep learning from your mistakes. So the closing challenge I have this week is I want you to think about one failure that's been bothering you. Then ask yourself, what evidence did it give me? What lesson did I miss? What strength did I build? Because maybe it wasn't failure at all. Failure isn't keeping you from success. Quitting is. Maybe it was preparation. That's the pod. I appreciate everybody listening and watching. Go out there, share the show, and have a good day.